Here we are burning June, I guess, and here we have a comic July 2017, and we are gonna look at this one as well. I have not really prepared this one. Here we have the bad guy, and there is a drone, these new technology policemen talking to him, or it's even a dark force something talking to him, because this thing kind of turns him into this one, a superhero, and kind of takes over his system to rob these veterinary art stuff, like there is a hand. Blech. So there is Phantomias, another superhero. We all know we aren't superheroes, we are humans. We have our senses and we can't really see in the dark, so we aren't a cat. We are humans. That's what I'm saying by saying we are humans. If we were cats, we would be able to see in the dark. Or if we'd be an owl, it's the same. It would be the same. But these Mickey Mouse stuffs and all the mangas that are going towards this direction, and the superhero everything, movies and stuff, they make especially the youngsters think that there is something one could grow into, like be a child, become an adult, and then maybe a superhero, or maybe from childhood you grow into a superhero, or maybe being a human is not enough. Well, if we would develop our possibilities, our creativity, and the foresight we have, we could always make plans and then evolve while we make them come to fruition, and kind of change this and that a little bit, and still aim towards that goal to come to finish that very one project. That's what we humans can do. But those superheroes, they are like having one special force. So they are like our expert world. The police, they have a very special range of world that they are, well, they have to be able to do this and that, but they aren't ever asked to help someone in pain. That's what the doctors do, and they too have a very special and well educated, far off specialists rank that they are kind of dealt with. It's not that they would ever talk to someone that is sad and needs comforting. They are not being your friend ever. That's not their job. And also the judges, they aren't supposed to be funny. They aren't actors. And even now you see in the actor world, you have someone that's pretty, she gets to play all the stupid bitches, and then you have the one that looks more intelligent but not so nice, and so she gets to play the kind of like special roles. Some painter, they make a documentary of, stuff like that. So with those superheroes it's the same. They have one special force, so they are specialists, and that's not what we humans are. We have the capability to do everything, to be universally trained. So they want us to be stupid in every other field than the one we are trained in, and that's a bad thing, because whenever you have a problem you shouldn't be going asking an expert. You should solve it yourself and therefore feel strong. That's what being a human is about. So that's why we see so many superhero stories, because then we subliminally pick up, okay, so if I'm only able to draw, that's fine. I don't need to be able to clean my house, to cook for myself, and to wash my clothes, and to go shop grocery, and to manage the internet, like be an expert. On Google is very important nowadays. You get stuff cheaper. I mean, you need to be a kind of person being able to do everything to be successful in life. And these superhero stories, they teach us also that there is a gadget for everything. Like here you see. So you do stuff not with the aid and help of your own possibilities. You always go looking for something else that would help out. So you're not able, like if there is a crisis, you aren't able to wash your clothes. You just never did it. So you haven't figured out how it would be able to wash them easily. It's not that difficult, but if you depend on a washing machine, on a machine that dries your clothes even, and all that, machines, that gadgets, then of course you tend to lose the possibility to think through stuff and to know intuitively how it's done. And the story itself is a bit boring because there's just superheroes and police. Again, military agenda, meaning we have a lot of regulators and it's important the rules are being watched at all time. So that's this. And here it's Goofy. He's doing a crossword, and yeah, he's just being stupid. And I told this in another video, but here you always read the comic, and then when you would go turning the page, then there is some extra information. And you don't want that, do you? To be distracted at the end of the page, reading that one possibly, and then continue with your story. That's like someone interrupting your line of thought, your conversation. So you get trained to be able to process 2 pages, have a rest, then pick up on what it was and continue with another 2 pages. That's basically what's happening with these things here. Well, there is even one here, so it's just 1 page. You would always be interrupted by that one because you would tend to read it from top to bottom, of course, even if that one is not the picture. But seeing this sentence, of course you want to read it. You don't go and read it all at once. You know, it's not that interesting here. If you start somewhere here in the middle, then you have, okay, today is the honorary day of the cows, and then it's something about bees here. Here it's something about a name, explaining what this name means, signifies. And then there is something about insects, then there is something about, oh God, paper money something. Oh, all these different topics, they just mess with my mind. Okay. Okay, and then there is them again. You always have the police and the counter force. Of course, they show them to make it necessary to have a police. Yeah, that's about it. Very harmless stories here. Not really interesting, this story. Yeah. But of course, subliminally, we now, as stated in the Bible, think there is a comet trashing our world. As it happens. There is really a meteorite bumping into their city that has huge houses that they haven't been around. In the early comics you don't see the skyscrapers, of course. So subliminally you of course read along the story, but then of course the comet, the meteorite still sticks in your brain because you have seen it, you have read about it here. So whenever someone states to you, oh, there is a planet this and that big gonna surround the sun, then you have heard it in the Mickey Mouse before. There is comets, they can come close, and that's how it looks like. So if you see another picture with a planet with a plasma tail going around the sun, then of course you say, oh yeah, it might happen, because you've been made familiar with these kind of pictures, so it doesn't seem that outrageous anymore. Yeah. Otherwise the story is boring, but that's what they do. They plant these ideas into us, into our brains. Yeah. Okay. But another boring story. And here you see there is the upper class and there is the working class. He belongs to the intelligent manufacturing people, and the others that just sit around and spend the money. Yeah, so it makes it seem natural. It has to be like that. When it doesn't, it of course doesn't. Yeah, and he looks a bit Asperger's, because he's running away from all the people that want to have social contacts with him. Yeah, burn it as well. Ooh. Ooh.